Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video guys to any of you having a Porsche vehicle, any Porsche vehicle guys. Doesn't matter if it's an SUV, doesn't matter if it's a Bosxter, Macan, Panamera guys, 911, Cayenne, whatever it is guys. We're going to share the symptoms of a leaking valve cover guys, what to expect, okay, and what causes that. Make sure you stay with us until the end. We'll share very helpful information and we'll share information that can save you thousands of dollars on future repairs as well. Before we start, let me tell you guys something. If you need to buy a new valve cover for your Porsche, any parts, tools, check out the link in the description of the video below and you can see where we get the tools and parts from for a really good price and quick shipping as well. Number 2 guys, every single car we get at the garage, we make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission here at the garage is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep providing this free information to you. Alright, that being said, let's start on the symptoms of leaking valve cover. Even though this is a Cayenne, you know, they're front mounting engines. You can find that in Cayenne, you can find it in Macan, Panamera guys. Quite a few Porsche vehicles now have the front mounted engines, but even if you have a 911 Bosxter, something that's a mid or rear mounted engine, the symptoms will be very similar. Now, one thing about it guys, okay, usually valve covers don't leak so much to the point that you will be needing to add engine oil. Okay, most of the times that's not the case. Valve covers, they start with a small leak and it takes usually a longer period of time for them to get really bad to the point that you need to start adding engine oil. And most of the Porsche vehicles, they use quite a bit of engine oil, you know, like this one. It takes 9 quarts of oil, so 9 liters almost, so that's quite a bit guys. But before we start, let me tell you one thing guys. If you have a Porsche like that, okay, check this channel out, Electrical Car Repair Live. That's our second channel. We'll be posting videos about diagnostics, about fixing engine codes, engine lights, airbags, electrical systems, things like that. So our valve cover, okay, on each side, because we have a V engine, is leaking pretty bad. I mean bad guys, terrible. And you can see all that here, it's leaking really bad. We even have some leak on the exhaust. And if you come on this side right here, okay, I'm gonna go through the fender so I can show you the same thing as well guys. Check it out, enormous oil leak there. And that leak wasn't there, okay, that leak wasn't there well, about 10,000 miles ago. It wasn't leaking at all. So what causes guys that leak? That leak is caused, okay, by heat and age. When your vehicle is older, okay, and it's higher mileage as well guys, those gaskets, okay, that's the valve cover gasket, will be exposed to enormous amount of heat. That heat will actually make that plastic, rubber turn into plastic. It will not be flexible, it will get really hard, and hard plastic practically cannot guys prevent oil leaks. It's not like rubber anymore, and it will shrink from heat as well. It can even crack. As a result, you develop a valve cover leak. Now that's very common on higher mileage vehicles. That's very common guys also on vehicles, okay, that are older. Even if they haven't been driven a lot but they're older, that can happen as well. And you have multiple components of the valve cover gasket. For instance, this is the outer gasket that goes right here, and then you have guys an inner gasket, okay, that's for the spark plugs, okay, that's the second part of the gasket. And then you have a third one for the variable timing solenoids on the modern engines, right here. So you can develop so many leaks from one valve cover gasket. For instance, if this one goes bad, your spark plugs may be full of engine oil gas, to the point that if they're too full, okay, you may start getting misfire. So that's very common as well. But what are the symptoms now? Symptoms are guys, you're gonna start smelling burning engine oil. If you have a front mounted engine, you will smell that, okay, through the vents in the dash guys. When you have the heater or AC on, you will smell, okay, if you haven't driven the car for a few days or a few hours, okay, when you start it, it dripped oil on the exhaust, and that oil guys will start, okay, burning because the exhaust is hot, and you will smell that burning oil through the heater or the AC inside your vehicle. Another thing guys, you may even notice smoke coming out of the hood, okay, and we might even have a scene on a BMW. I'm going to include that to show you guys, okay, what it looks like. But pretty much when you have a leak, that leak will actually oil will drip on the exhaust and it will smoke. So you can notice that one as well. And the third one, okay, you may notice oil dripping, okay, underneath the car, but that has to be tremendously, guys. Also, you may notice oil dripping on the serpentine belt, and it can spread it everywhere. It really depends on the design, but I've seen that one happen as well. And number 4, guys, okay, it could be to the point that you might need to add engine oil. That's not very often, but it does happen as well. So those are the symptoms on a Porsche leaking valve cover. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.